Right, in 15 seconds we should be streaming live.
Can you feel the love tonight?
24 hours of video games.
We're live, people.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready, Chinny?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know you're ready, Stu.
I'm ready. I'm fucking always ready.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here we go, people. Let's do this.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that
We're not giving you money.
News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with soundbite saviors.
This is the thing you point at whenever you want to die.
It's the veteran gamers.
That's suspicious.
Veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
That was a sound effect that like totally threw me out.
It was a farcical sound effect.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Hello and welcome to episode 741 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, 741. What's up, people? Duke in the house.
Stu is here.
Chinny is present.
Well, I
All
like that.
right. We are not military veterans, people. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
We stream live on Twitch and YouTube for some reason.
And watch us live. You're only getting a little bit of the experience if you're
We
not
have
watching us
multiple camera angles.
Yeah, we do.
It's quite the setup.
It is.
I can go on Duke Cam. And Duke
live.
Cam
I'm
is
going to do
just
the show like this.
Duke Cam is just Duke on the
Is that
screen, full screen.
Yeah,
Duke Cam.
great. What would you? Why would you not want to see this?
There we go.
It's great. You can see my chin. You can see my throat.
Stew Cam. Okay, that's enough of that
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody got a story to tell?
No.
No.
Okay. So we're starting right in with what we've been playing.
Nope.
How's your week been?
It's been all right, actually. I've been quiet. It's been.
That's
quiet
a good week.
Week.
Quiet week.
Not done a lot. Chilled out
Yeah.
a lot. There you go.
That's
my
good.
week.
Chilling out is good.
Chilling. Just
Jenny,
chilling.
anything exciting in your week?
Well, I'm eating this cake.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I saw
Okay.
actually something exciting did happen.
Can we just do an episode where we don't have a story time?
Well, it's not really a
Nope.
story, but
I'm only
I saw a
joking.
dead badger at the side of the motorway.
How is he?
Yeah, so
Oh, that's exciting.
it was pretty dead. It's pretty dead, man.
Mm.
It was big though. The big badgers are big.
Badgers are big.
Yes.
Badgers
They
are
are
massive.
bigger than you think. I was like, come
Sometimes-
on.
and there's a lot of them on the side of the road. Sometimes you're just driving along. You're like, badger, 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 badger,
Yeah.
badger, badger, badger.
You know, though, as I was coming up to it, I was like, "What the hell is that?" Because of like, is there a dead body on the side on the like hard
Well,
shoulder?
yeah, it's a dead badger body.
And it was a dead badger body. So
Was
there
it
you go.
like a bloated badger body?
No, not that I noticed. It looked fairly.
Blood around? Was it a
badgery.
bloody,
Well,
bloated?
yeah,
badger
well,
body?
it was bloody because it had been hit by a
Yeah,
car,
there you go.
presumably. So you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, bigger than you think. Badgers.
Okay.
There you go. It's not much of a story,
Okay.
but it's best I've
Gotta
got.
be the weakest intro
Christ.
we've had to the show, I think.
It is. I think it
Pretty
is. I think
bad.
it's terrible.
Let's move on.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
I'll say that we're starting Grendel in our AP English class, and I'm very excited because that's a great book. If anybody out there has ever read the book Grendel,
Nope.
holler at your boy because I'm very excited
What the
about
hell is
starting that.
Grendel? What is it?
So you know Beowulf?
Nope.
I know Beowulf.
Beowulf is okay. Good. Chinny knows Beowulf. He's not a total philistine.
Yeah.
Beowulf is the prototypical Anglo-Saxon legend of the hero conquering the monster. And Grendel is the story. It's a novel by John Gardner, 1971, telling the story from the monster's point of view. And it's a beautiful existentialist novel with all
so is
sorts
it
of deep
like-
symbolism.
Oh, why did you slay me? I wasn't being horrible to you. Is it like
No,
that? No.
no.
Was it
No.
I'm
day,
not a monster.
day 48 of chilling in my cave? This absolute
Kind of.
prick with a sword
Yeah, yeah.
comes in.
Yeah.
Well, kind
Doing
of.
nothing. Nothing.
He is sitting in his cave a lot. So,
I'm
you
just
know.
minding my own business, chewing on a bone, and then some dickhead comes
Trying
in
to
with a
figure out
sword. What the hell?
Trying to figure out what he is, who we are, what is the meaning of life.
Like The Witcher, but from the monster's point of view as well.
Yeah, it
so-
is.
No, The Witcher doesn't have a lot of deep themes about meaning of life. It's just kill monsters.
Ooh, I don't know. I
destroy-
don't know. Oh, I don't know.
I like
Well,
the
maybe
one
I
where
played
you-
a different version of The Witcher than you.
You
have.
didn't play the bit where you put a baby in the oven.
Yeah, you didn't.
Well, I don't know if that has anything to do with ontology, really, but
Well, if you don't,
I
if you,
do.
I don't want to explain it to you if you don't
Have
know.
you ever put a baby in
I
the
guess
oven?
not.
See?
I haven't, but I don't see the connection.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just being dense. I don't know.
yeah. Maybe,
Anyway,
maybe.
yeah, so that's my week. I used up all my energy on Friday getting started on Grendel, and then we're actually going to start reading it because I had this whole slideshow before we get to Grendel talking about what is existentialism, what is epistemology, what is metaphysics, so we can dive in when it's
Oh,
time
but
to really
can't.
get
But
going.
those kids are fucking can't wait.
You know
but
what?
not
They're
excited.
actually excited. One of them was like, "I'm really excited about
I
this."
can't wait to learn about
Maybe if I had
existentialism.
a teacher like you do, I'd care about
Yeah.
reading.
See, exactly. But we don't need it. You see, this is the thing, man. Tell me something that's real.
What do you mean? Tell you something that's real. The sun rotates.
An example. How do you know the sun rotates around the Earth?
Because
Well,
the
it's not,
YouTube
because
told
the actual
me.
Earth rotates around the sun. If you didn't know better,
How do you know the Earth rotates around the sun?
Because I see it. I see it. Go,
Because
"Whoa."
physics.
Physics. You
Yeah,
trust physicians,
physics.
Yeah.
physicists.
I trust what's the observable space.
Yeah. Have you observed it yourself?
Yeah. I
Really?
look up in the sky every
I've
day
looked
and
at-
I
I've
see
looked at the
sun.
moon.
Yeah. People looked up in the sky back in ancient Greece. They thought the sun went around us. They thought that the sun was born and died every day. It's more than that, isn't it?
Yeah,
All
it is.
epistemology rests on some belief. So
Yeah.
whatever.
gotta
we get into
believe,
all
man.
this stuff. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, you got to
Believe.
do what? I gotta believe.
Gotta believe. Although I don't believe that the US astronauts landed on the moon for reals. I think
Fuck
it was
off.
in
You are
a
joking.
Don't be
studio
silly.
in Hollywood.
Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I love
That's
how we
what I
get right to this. Usually, it happened in class. I was like, "What's something you believe is true?" They're like, "My consciousness." I'm like, "God damn! I thought you were gonna start with like the table in front of you." Nope, my consciousness is real. Like, wow, okay. The U.S. faked the moon landing, huh?
Yeah, they did.
You don't really believe that, sir.
Totally believe it.
No, you don't.
Totally
Uh,
fake. Totally fake, man.
You just
Never went
Why
there.
on earth
Never
would
went
we
there.
go through all that expense?
you're just baiting.
Just because he wanted to beat the Russians, and that's why. He wanted to
You
beat
know
the
what?
Russians, man, and he
I'll tell
couldn't
you-
really
I don't
beat
know
the
what to
Russians.
say.
I'll
so
tell
they
you.
had to
I'll tell you the
fake it
best
till you make
proof.
it.
I'll tell you the best proof that we
Fake
landed on
it
the.
till you make
I'll tell you
it,
the
there
best
you go.
proof that we landed on the moon is that the Russians stopped trying because they knew.
That's true.
No, it's
They
just
did
because
stop
they
trying.
did.
No, but we were
he-
just so convincing with our fakery.
exactly.
because
They
if they knew-
accepted
if
that
they-
it had already
Fuck's
been done.
sakes,
What
dude,
was the
I'm
point?
mocking
What
you.
was the point?
If they'd have looked at if they thought it would have been fake, they would have carried on and gone, "No, this is fake." No, but they was like, "No."
This is
Yes,
fake.
Matthew Moore. This is actually live. Aren't you sorry you tuned in live?
No, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Sorry, Matthew.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so video games. That's why we're here, and we're
We got-
ready to talk about them.
That's, by the way, that's Matthew from the Midlife Gamer podcast, isn't it?
I'm
It's not
Matthew from the
bad.
Midlife Gamer podcast.
Matt,
Glad you're here.
long time no see, man. When's there another party
Yeah.
for Eurogamer or EGX or whatever the hell it's called these days? That's what we wanted, Itchy. We were only talking about this last week.
We were talking about it last week. Yeah, we were saying
We did. Said how fun they were.
how
So
fun. Remember when we had
fun.
fun before COVID?
I know, yeah.
Now we're in
That's
we're
fun.
in Fallout 3 now.
It's probably buggered
Okay.
off now. He came for like 5 seconds and now he's gone.
Can you blame him?
No, I can't. To be
No.
honest, I wouldn't be hanging around either. To
We,
be
d-
fair.
we don't
This
even.
guy
have any-
actually doesn't believe we landed on the moon. I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah, what's that? Is it actually live?
Yeah.
The hell?
Here, Google Chrome. Why, or maybe it's Windows. Why is it so hard to find the spot where you pull the window up, where the cursor turns into the double arrow?
This sounds
You wanna
like an
pull that
issue that
window
you
up?
should deal with not live on the show, dude.
Yeah, that's
Guess
nothing
so.
to do with video games, is it?
Well, I was waiting for one of y'all to start talking about video games. I
talk
guess
about
I'll
video
do it.
games then.
God damn.
Oh my god.
All right then. Here's the
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
I've been playing Rocket League.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's this
Rocket
great
League, yeah,
game. It's
Rocket
fun.
League.
Rocket League. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket
Rust.
League.
I dove back into Rust because it's a fun game, PVE. Guild Wars 2, and here's the other thing.
Oh, there's another
Jason
thing.
Gallagher is a lovely man. He writes
Jason.
into us all the time.
Lovely.
Jason.
Jason.
And he, for a while, was bugging me about this game, Pentiment.
Oh, he was.
And I was like, and then this week I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking do it. Why not? Let's
Wow.
try it.
I'm
I dove
shocked,
in.
Shocked.
I played it.
Yeah.
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 Have you
Yeah.
played this, Stu?
I played a little bit. I started it, and then I was just like, oh, something else and shiny has come along, so I didn't.
So it's
carry on.
it's made by Obsidian, which is interesting because they
Oh, yeah.
made Fallout New Vegas famously.
There's a lot of
and
reading.
Pillars of
I
Eternity.
believe.
And
Lots
lots
of
of, it is a lot
reading.
of reading. It takes place in medieval Germany,
Oh yeah.
and you are a character who gets to pick. You get to pick your backstory, which is pretty interesting because they'll ask you like, "So what have you been doing for the last few years?" And you have options about, I was in Spain, I was in England, I was in Italy, or whatever. They have this opening credit sequence, which first of all, that's an anachronism. Like, why do we need an opening credit sequence? That's what they do in movies.
Why?
We don't need those in video games.
No,
Why?
you might. Why not?
I mean,
Why not?
right? Why not? Because I want to hurry up and play in medias res all day, every day. If we're going to
Yeah,
talk
but-
about Latin,
But some games
me in the
want
action.
to portray themselves as a movie type story.
yeah.
don't
Well,
they?
you know what? Those games can fuck off.
Oh Jesus! I mean, that's a
don't
bit
have
much. It's a bit
patience for that.
much. It's a bit much.
No,
Jake.
I
It is a
You're
bit much, but
absolutely-
it's also my opinion. It's my perspective. I want to just dive right into the gameplay. I don't understand why it has to be. I mean, look, if they had a very interesting opening scene and then they gave me opening credits, I'd be a lot more willing to go along with it. But to start off with like 2 minutes of and just with credits, I'm like, really? It just feels like this is the way movies start, so we're gonna start that way too. Anyway, so the point of the game is to you're wandering around, and it's all 2D, and you're a scribe in a church, and your boss is mad at you that you're not scribing more quickly. But there's also this rich dude who shows up in town, and you become friends because you've studied, and so you know more than the average schmuck in a village who's jabbing at the mud with a stick. And it really is that thing of like, who's that? It's like, I think he's a king. Why? He hasn't got shit all over him. I mean, feudal life pretty much sucked back in the day. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, defo.
I wasn't there.
Let me ask you this, Chinny.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, well, I mean, but we know we've studied
Oh, yeah.
history.
I've watched Blackadder.
Sure. What's the best part, Chinny, of every RPG?
Ooh, exploration, I'd say.
Leveling up,
and
leveling up,
second,
leveling
yeah,
up.
absolutely. Would you say in the top 10 of things is inane chatter with the townsfolk?
Definitely.
Talking to them about their sheep that's gone
like-
missing and
I-
shit?
Absolutely.
I like the usual clear out the rats quest that you get earlier.
Yeah,
in the
I don't
RPG.
mind clearing out rats. You don't get to
No.
clear any rats in this game.
You
You don't
see,
even, I don't think there's any
like-
combat even.
I like a fleshed out world to explore, so I like
Well,
that.
this has a fleshed out world. If by world you mean little village with people sticking the mud with sticks. And nuns who are like, "Where's my book?" And you're like, "Well, I lent it to so and so. You need to bring that book back."
So what does a scriber do?
Yeah, well, there's a scribe.
You write stuff down. You copy books, but you're also working on your masterpiece at the same time. So, like, you want to get your work done, and then like have time to work on your masterpiece.
So that
which
was
is
a
this
job,
illuminated
just to
manuscript.
copy books.
Oh yeah,
Of
defo.
course.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, we didn't always have Xerox machines.
Why didn't they just take a photo of it on the phone? Couldn't they?
Oh yeah, take a
couldn't-
photo
no,
of it
but
on
like,
the phone.
couldn't they think of an easier way than just copying it word
Well, there's
for
not.
word?
What
There isn't-
easier
there isn't
way?
an
But, I
easier
mean,
way.
Before the printing
But
press, there
also-
was no easy way.
Print it,
And
invent
also-
that.
What you've also got to consider, Chinny, is that back in the day, these books were valuable. So
No,
they
I
used to
know,
make
but
Exactly.
I'm
they used to
just-
make copies so that they
feel
wouldn't
like-
actually be using the original.
I
book.
feel like I would have come up with the idea of a printing press. I would have been scribing all day.
Of course you would have.
I would have been scribing all day, and so oh, there's got to be a fucking easier way to do this shit, man. And then I would have come
Well,
up with
Gutenberg invented his around 1440. That was the first movable type printing press. Now, there had been printers in China before that, but we don't like to
Exactly.
take advice from the
it. Yes.
Chinese. So,
So yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they'd been invented fucking ages ago by the Chinese.
sorry.
Nope.
Anyway, the point is that that's your job in this game, and
Yeah, it
it's
is.
interesting so far as it
Cat
goes.
job.
They do some interesting things. So, like when you meet the idiot in the town stabbing at the mud with a stick, his speech is like scrawled, like really messy, and then you meet this rich dude, and he's like, "Wherefore is my book not finished yet?" and it's all fancy scrawled
Right. The
text,
the
like
font,
not
the
like
font.
script,
Yeah.
very right, the medieval, right. And then you make a connection with him, and you realize that he studied some of the same things you've studied, and so his font changes for his speech bubbles, and it becomes a little more like yours. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I appreciate that. The fact that different characters have a different font to indicate parts of who they are, your relationship with them, and stuff like that. The other cool thing about this game is that it'll mention, someone will mention, whatever, like Deuteronomy or something, because you're working in a church, and Deuteronomy will be in red, and then you can hit the select button on the controller, and it'll bring up a glossary. So it'll like zoom out, like it makes the screen you're playing in a picture in a book, and then it zooms out, and below that picture there's an explanation of what Deuteronomy is.
You see,
Good.
I must admit, art style wise and the creativeness, I kind of like about this game. I didn't play much of it, to be fair,
Yeah.
but I do feel like it's something I would like. I do.
It's a good looking game.
It looks like a horrible Histories animated section, Stu.
Yeah. It looks like a Monty
know.
Python animation.
I like I know you complain about the opening sort of movie type thing.
Yes, I did.
But I quite like the bit where it zooms in on the first picture, and it's like the middle of a conversation, and it's just like,
Yeah,
Andy
that's
Abbott
fine.
said to me,
Could have just started the game that way instead of having
Yeah.
to sit through 2 minutes of cutscenes first.
No, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the fact that it's
There
sort of
are
like
some
an
interesting.
RPG set
reflection.
within a book. You know what I mean? Because that's
Yes,
how
I agree. I agree. There are some interesting reflections on art. They're talking about how, because this is around the time Gutenberg's printing press is starting to be used to print Bibles.
Aha.
And, it's people are talking about how this is a dying profession, and
Good.
our job is just, at one point he says our job is just to copy the book over, and the other guy, your other fellow scrivener, is like, yeah, but you can always put some of yourself into the pictures and stuff. And he's like, no, I'm supposed to be representing the autumn. And he's like, yeah, but how you represent the autumn is how you reflect yourself. And this book will last hundreds of years after you're gone. Like, what do you want to remain for your legacy and stuff? And that's kind of interesting. I like that. But the gameplay, when you start actually getting into the gameplay, it's a lot of trying to persuade people, and you don't realize that decisions you made earlier are going to affect whether you can persuade them or not. So it's showing you this like tally list of things you've done right and done wrong in order to persuade the person. And obviously, that'll help you later on. I just don't know if I can be asked to keep playing.
I mean, if you was to make a game that is completely not fucking me, this would be it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would. No, actually, I think I might take the record for that this week with one of the games I played. It was definitely not made for you.
Pillow of Soft in the chat said Pentiment did nothing for me. It seemed to have a higher opinion of itself than I had of it. We didn't get along. That was from.
Yeah, I don't
Pillow
really
of Soft.
mind that. I don't feel like it has a very high opinion of itself, for my opinion. But I do think that it's. I don't know. Like, it made me want to play a game set in the same time period where you're like killing rats in basements and like taking care of wolves outside of town,
doing
and stuff
fun
like
stuff.
that. Like the usual RPG stuff that's actually fun, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might keep playing. I didn't delete it, so that's a good sign. But I'm also, 2 days after I started it, I haven't gone back. So
Also, Ant from Australia says hello. So hello.
Yeah, what you need to play, Duke, is A Plague's Tale, because that's kind of that. You kill a lot of rats in that game.
Loads of rats. There's a whole
Fucking tons,
tornado
shit
of
tons.
rats.
It's tons of rats.
I might do. No promises.
But there's no
So there you-
scribing in it.
No, there's no scribing.
So I
there's fun
appreciate
stuff.
the recommendation, Jason Gall. And I mean, it's cute. What it does well. I just don't know if what it does is enough for me. So I might keep playing it. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Give it more of a chance before you make a final decision
In
on it.
terms of video
Yeah,
game choices,
maybe.
I think me and Jason are on the opposite sides of a coin.
I
I
think
think
you
you're
are. I
very
think you are.
dissimilar. Well, are there any games you both like?
I don't know enough of what he likes. Write in, Jason. And
He wrote in about he never
Red
writes in.
Dead 2. No,
He said
Red Dead
something
2.
about last week about Red Dead 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
like
loves
that.
Red Dead too. So,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
but
So there's that.
he's not insane. Do you know what I mean? Like, he knows he knows a good game.
Yeah.
He knows quality when he sees it.
Well, now and again. But
I
not
don't
with
think
Pentiment.
Red Dead 2 is a fair game to use as a barometer because that's universally loved. In order to really understand what people like and don't like, you got to talk about games that not everybody loves. If I say I like Minecraft, okay, so what? Everyone likes Minecraft.
Yeah.
But if I say I like, Return to Grace and Guild Wars 2, okay, now people are gonna be like, what?
No, you start to paint a picture of who you really are.
Exactly.
And then I think, nah. Not
I don't want to spend time talking to this pinhead.
Yeah. So,
Well,
cool.
too late. You have to. Yeah.
Pentiment. So it's a no from Duke?
Pentiment. It's not a no. It's a.
Are you going to continue playing it?
I don't know. I'm not going to commit one way or another. I might. It depends on.
I'm going to make a
how
prediction.
I feel.
And I'm going to say no.
All right. Well, we'll see. But you realize that you saying that kind of nudges me toward playing it just to prove
I think
you're
you'll
wrong.
forget that quickly.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
why you
that's
did
not
that.
gonna make any difference.
I think at the end of this call, you'll go like,
Never
what
know.
did Chitty say? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, here's
You
Rocket,
never know.
here's Rocket League. Bye.
Well, I'm going to play a lot of Rocket League. That's not the question.
Yeah.
Question is if after I play Rocket League, if I will fire Pentiment up or just go back to Guild Wars 2 or something.
Well,
All right, that's it. Stu, you're up.
We'll wait and see. Yes, I'm going to talk about Slay the Princess.
Oh, this is this
Slay-
Oh yeah, you talked about this
proper
last week.
fucked up
Weird
game
horror
where you like,
I've
drawing story.
yeah.
I finished a full playthrough of this game.
Is it a roguelike?
Oh wow.
Not really. It's kind of more of a
So you finished this game then?
yeah. Well, I finished one playthrough of the game.
So it is a roguelike.
Not really, because all the decisions are predetermined by what you do.
So it's
and
like
the
a choose your own
actions you take.
adventure.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
it's not randomized at all. It's all predetermined by what you.
So how many
actually do.
options? How many endings would you say there are?
I think there's well, I actually looked it up, and there are about 11 different ways the game can enter
11?
the credits. Yeah,
11. That's ridiculous.
there are 2 true endings, and then a lot of sort of different ones.
Okay.
I quite like my ending. I was really happy with what happened at the end of my game.
What? That it ended?
What happened at the end of your game?
Well, without giving spoilers, there's
Oh,
lots of
trust me, you
ways to
can.
Oh, now Stu doesn't want to give spoilers.
It's a decent game. I think people should play this.
I'm
It's
saying
cool.
it's not.
It's totally
Okay.
cool. Yeah, but I think it's really well done. The characters are great, and the voice acting's top notch. The different things that can happen are quite interesting, shall we say?
Go on.
The true ending of the game, I'll tell you, it's a little bit like, can we just say, which was the game where you can just not do it, or you just do something straight at the beginning, and then the game ends.
Far
and it's
Cry
like
4.
one of the Far Cry games.
And Far Cry
Well,
5 and Far Cry 6. You can do that.
It's a little bit like that. So you can literally just not talk to her, go in, slay her, and that's it. And the game ends in about
That's a
15
good band,
minutes.
Slayer.
Yeah.
Well,
you
I
can
would
just go
do that.
straight
I'd
in
play
and
that
kill her.
game, yeah.
You just go, and then it's 15 minutes. Jobs are good, and
Jobs are done.
and it's kind of
Okay.
funny. And that's the true ending of the game. And you get this really cool hand-drawn picture that somebody scribbled, that's just saying, "You've got the best, you've got the good ending to the game," and that sort of it.
Yay.
But I think it's like a piss take, because it isn't kind of a good ending, if you know what I mean. Because you just kind of kill her, and then you end up stranded in the cabin forever. So it's kind of not
Does
great,
it have
really.
Wi-Fi?
No,
Is there a good library with lots of books in?
no.
Oh, jeez.
The only thing I would say, Duke, and this will make you definitely hate it.
Okay.
It's a bit Stanley Parable-ish.
Ugh, Christ.
So there's a little bit of breaking the fourth wall, and the narrator.
I
sort
don't
of
mind breaking the fourth
dictating.
wall. I mind when it's done in a tedious,
No, this isn't tedious.
pretentious way.
No, this is done in kind of a cool. Like, the narrator will say something that you don't want to do, but you have to do it because it's been narrated. You know
That's
what I mean?
pretty
So-
pretentious then.
yeah, so the narrator will say, and then you did this, and it's like, I don't want to
Oh,
do
dude,
that.
it's almost like you don't have any free will in video games.
Exactly. Well,
What
no,
a profound
you can,
insight.
You can fight against it though, so it's kind of cool. I really,
We
really
have two
enjoyed
choices in the world of video games.
It. Well, I really enjoyed this. I think it's really well done. I had a little bit of a look at like the developer of this game to find out a bit more about them. and it's a husband and wife team, and she like did graphic novels, so it's all obviously hand drawn by her. Yeah, she did a load of graphic novels and stuff, and then came across this and decided to give a go to video games.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on this developer because I think it's an interesting little diversion. It's completely unlike anything else I've played, to put it mildly, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. It's thought-provoking. Thought-provoking game is the best way I can describe
But give
it.
me an example without telling us what happened. Like, give me an example of the thought that it provoked.
The thought that it provoked is, should I slay the princess?
I don't know. That really qualifies as thought provoking.
Inspired.
If you played Super Mario Brothers, like, should I go through the bonus level or just
No,
go
I mean,
Should I go
to
down
be
in the pipe?
fair- I mean, to be fair,
take
she
the beam across?
No,
or go-
on a more serious note, she like the whole point of the game is to question like why you are slaying her. Should you be slaying her? Why are you slaying her? Is it the right thing to do? Why is it you? Why are you the one that's got to do it? You know, and all those sorts of interesting questions when you've been asked to kill somebody.
Is it kind of like an interrogation?
Sort of. I mean, when you actually get into the room with her, you can talk to her, and then you can try and.
Why would you talk to her? You're supposed to kill her.
Well, exactly, but that's what the narrator says. So the narrator's like,
Yeah.
"Don't engage, just kill her. You're here to do one job, and that job is to slay the princess."
Well, see,
What
this is
do
the
you
thing. I
engage
was
in?
thinking about this with Return to Grace, and I don't want to make you go into spoilers about this game, but like, it's clear that you're not supposed to actually slay the princess. So, okay, you're
Or
still
are
being
ya?
railroaded. It's clear in Return to Grace that you're not supposed to go with control. You're supposed to trust the other AI. Like, that's still a forced option.
It isn't. It is. I mean, it is. Of course, it is because it's all
Not totally
structured.
forced, but it's clear what
But
you're supposed
the only
to
thing,
do.
yeah, the only thing I would say is with this game, there's a lot of choices. So when you're actually in
11.
the room with her, yeah, well, no, but just in general talking, I mean, like the list of
Yeah.
things you can ask is like a lot, and they
Right.
then lead down a lot of other avenues. So it is
Yeah.
very. I mean, it must have taken them absolutely ages to figure
Oh, yeah,
out
sure.
all these different dialogue trees and where they
Draw
all
the dialogue
lead
trees,
to,
right. Yeah,
and
sure.
what outcomes then they lead to. It's a very clever and cool game. I totally recommend it. It's about 12 quid in the Steam sale.
And how long did it take you to get through one of the playthroughs?
About 4 hours. It was about 4 hours. So there's kind of a lot of they do a really good job. There's a lot of looping. So obviously you start again at the very beginning each time you've sort of finished
Boy.
one loop. But they make it different enough that it doesn't get tedious. So it's sort of, they do a really good job of managing those loops so they don't become feeling like, oh God, I've got to do it. And you can just skip dialogue, so you don't have to read all the dialogue each time you do it. So I think it's really, really good. Really, really clever
Cool.
game. Totally
Glad
recommend
you
it.
enjoyed it.
I did.
Yeah.
Slay the Princess. Buy it. It's
Slay the
cool.
Princess. Okay. Chinny, what do you
Chinny.
got?
Hello.
Have you played
Got
any
it.
video games this week,
Is that
Chinny?
it? Video games?
Yes,
Great. Tell us about them.
I've
Wow.
played Alan Whack.
I
Oh,
like
sweet.
too.
Alan Whack 2, the second
Yeah.
part of the game.
Yeah.
Alan Whack.
So,
what do you think?
Are you into Alan Wack's side of the story now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done the thing.
Oh, have you done the thing? Oh, I love the thing.
I've done the thing that everybody bangs on about.
Yeah.
Now, Duke, for some context.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
There's a.
I
I
love the
won't
thing.
spoil it. I'm not spoiling the
I
thing.
appreciate that. Don't spoil the thing.
No, that Duke's never going to play this game, by the
No,
way.
I
can
know,
just
but
be clear?
we have listened. I don't know if you know,
Yeah,
but people
listeners-
listen to the show.
listeners that won't have played the
Wait,
game.
why would someone listen to this?
Oh, I don't know. No, that I don't know. However, right. So in Alan Wake, everybody goes, "Oh my God, the game is so crazy. There's a bit in it that's so crazy. And look, what even is it, man? That's crazy." And then I played that bit, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it is."
It's fucking batshit, isn't it?
It is. It is. But the problem is, Stewpot.
You're
He's
waiting for it. That's
That
the
I'm
trouble, 'cause you
waiting
know.
for it. You know,
And,
like I know
See,
something batshit.
Can I just say? I didn't when I played this game. I tried to avoid reading anything about it, so I didn't really know about the
Oh yeah, yeah.
So for me, it was like, fucking what is going on?
When you go from, I mean, we've played Alan Wake 1 recently, and when you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
from such a sort of serious tone
Yeah, oh,
to
definitely.
whatever the fuck this is, right? I mean, I'll say this, Duke. They make a lot of
Yes.
brave choices in this game. Like they made
Braver than fighting a tractor.
yeah,
Oh,
way
fuck.
braver.
Oh,
Okay.
But
man,
I
that's
think-
nothing.
Okay.
But
That
I
is
think
nothing.
it does sort of pay off
Oh,
because
definitely.
because now Alan Wake 1 was very sort of like it was serious. It was a serious game. It was taking itself serious. But this is just like fuck it. Like we're going nuts, right? And it's like it pulls it off. It's like, well, now I'm on board because I know you're not really like, it's all mad, right? So yeah, it's interesting. And
Well, this is what I was trying to say to you. You know, when I said like, I feel like Epic Games just went,
do whatever you
here's a
want.
blank check, do what the fuck
Yeah,
you
yeah,
like. We
do
really
whatever you
don't
want.
care. Because I'll tell you what, if there was any like game development labels getting involved in this, publishers, they'd be like, I don't think they will.
Yeah, they
What?
get to that section and be like,
What?
wet.
It would never have got made, would it?
So this is what you've been filming for the last fucking
yeah, it just wouldn't have happened.
yeah. So no, it's crazy. It is crazy. So I've passed that part now, and I'm at the bit where you're at a hotel. I'll say.
All right, okay, I
And you're
know.
trying to solve
As Alan.
like a murder.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, that section of the game.
That's
Actually,
been
I really
a
enjoyed
murder.
that. Yeah,
So I'm doing
I really
that.
enjoyed that.
So I played a bit more. I played the bit. All right, I played the bloody bit.
You played the bloody bit. I'm thinking, right, every time you spoke about it, I'm thinking you're so close to the bit.
No, I'm close to the bit.
It's so close to the bit.
Yeah, yeah. And but that's the
Oh.
problem. I'm playing it. I'm going like, this is the bit. I'm in the bit.
You're in the bit.
but-
Yeah, well, you definitely know when you're in the bit.
Yeah, I'm in the bit.
There's no doubt
But
about
I
it.
still prefer Saga's sort of story. But the
Yeah,
general
Saga's. I mean, to be fair, Saga's is more serious. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
hers
She is,
hers is the definite serious
Yeah.
side of the story, and
Yeah.
Alan's is the batshit. This is fucking
Yeah.
off the wall.
Well, the gist of
crazy.
it, so far for me, and I think I know where it's going. Again, I won't be too spoilery.
Yeah.
But Alan is you're seeing where Alan Wake has been for 13 years or
Yeah.
so, and he's basically stuck in fucking limbo, isn't he? He's stuck
Oh,
in
yeah.
the dark place. At the end of Alan Wake 1, he was just stuck in the dark place, and his wife got out, and he's just stuck there, and he has to keep writing his way out, but he can't. And we see what he's been doing, and then Saga's
Yeah.
story is like, what the fuck is going on? But
Yeah.
and then, but obviously, Bright Falls is a place where if you write some fiction, it comes true. So her,
So why doesn't he just write like, and then the sun came out and there were bunnies
Well,
and
there is-
lollipops
to be
everywhere?
fair, it does kind of explain why that's not possible.
yeah, and it's
That's-
kind of like
there's
a,
a demonic presence that makes
Well,
only bad things
not
happen when you write
really.
those.
it's kind of like a monkey paw situation, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all that sort of shit. But Saga's
How
sort of
convenient.
well, it's all convenient. If you pick up fucking ammo before a boss fight, it's all convenient, dude. You're talking about fucking convenience in a video game. Let's
Yes,
go.
Video games,
Right.
Duke.
Um,
Well, video games that are trying to take a swing with metafiction, like
yeah, I mean it's very.
have a
it's
have
very-
a comprehensive rule set or don't bother.
No,
Oh,
I
it
don't-
kind of does.
It does.
It kind of does.
I
It kind of has a very convenient rule set.
anyway.
Oh.
So
He says, never having played it.
Saga.
Exactly.
What's interesting about Saga's thing is like, where is she in that thing? What's she doing? Was she part of what's going on? Was she there before? She doesn't know. So there's a lot of weird things going on with her.
There's a
which
lot
I-
of weird shit, and it does pay. I'll tell you what,
Good.
the ending
pays off.
just pays off.
Tip top.
So good.
So yeah, I've played a little bit more of Alan Wake 2. Good. Like
I love
it.
it. By the way, I love all the control crossover stuff as well. You know, you do come across those
Well,
dudes.
I only see the janitor guy.
No, but you you must have come across a bit where they're messing around in that station on the near the lake. There's like a weird monitoring station thing, and you meet a couple of guys there near the beginning of the game, don't you? And have a chat with them. But they're from the Bureau of Control or whatever.
Oh, are they from Control? Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
well.
that's like a control monitoring station. That weird thing
Oh,
that's
right.
on the side of
I
the
didn't
hill.
get that. I played Control. I better remember anything about it. No, I liked Control, but story-wise, I thought it was really forgettable. Like, really forgettable.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I liked the game. I liked the bit where you fly. That's nice.
I just feel like everything they've made up to this point has been building up to this moment.
It does feel like that. But I mean, it feels like it does feel like they sort of accidentally did it, but it still feels like that. You know.
I'm so excited for the DLC though. There's going to be an add-on.
Oh, is
isn't it
there?
called? Yeah, called Dark. Is it Dark Springs? The weird TV show thing that's in
Night
it?
Springs, isn't it?
Night Springs. Yeah, it's called the Night Springs DLC, and apparently it's going to be amazing.
The only problem is that I've got when I play this game is I just know that like this isn't going to get solved, is it? Like none of this shit. Are you all right,
I can't say anything without giving spoilers.
Was you getting
No.
tickled in the rectum there?
Am I having? No, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
No, that's yeah. I don't know, but that's my concern. Is like because Alan Wake one was like he's still.
I just
fucked.
love it. I mean, I was sad when it was over. I
Yeah.
mean, that's how much I love this game. Is like I just wanted to keep playing it. I just loved it.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
I was
interesting.
sad
Like
when it
I
was done.
genuinely, and this is rare, but I genuinely want to know what's going to happen next. Like it's like rare in a video game that I care.
Oh, they built such a great narrative.
Yeah.
It's just so clever.
It's good. It's very
But,
good.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
I just
long
read
may
a
these,
summary of it. And I can't make heads or tails of that shit.
yeah, long may these types of games continue to be made because I am worried that these types of games are few and far between these days.
yeah, that just sounds like old man problems.
Well, it probably is. It probably is.
You
But
know,
you know what I
They
mean.
don't get
You
made
know
by
what I mean?
AAA studios very often.
They-
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 I mean, you got your Slay the Princesses and fucking
Yeah.
weird
Okay. All right. I'm done.
escape room shit out the ass.
I'm
so.
done with Alan Wake 2. I'm done talking about that.
Okay. Right.
Excellent.
That's me then, I guess,
It is,
maybe.
back to you, Duke.
Okay. So Pentiment made me want to play a game set in medieval Europe where you
okay.
actually do things. And so I went back to Medieval Dynasty, which is on Game Pass. I had played this before, and I was like, okay, curious to take another look at that. So I'm playing it again. The worst part about this game is that you have to wait for time to pass before you can advance. Like you have to survive. One of the quests early on is to survive a season, and the seasons are 3 days long. So it's not really a big deal, but like in most games, you can say like just sleep until the end of the day or something, right? No, not in this game. You can only go to sleep when the sun's going down. So like I finished everything I needed to do on the last day of the season, and I'm like, okay, I'll just go to sleep and advance to the next season. No, I gotta go do other things. So I'm wandering around trying to hunt rabbits and stuff, and it's just like, let me just advance time.
So this is
Skyrim, you sit somewhere.
a medieval tree puncher. Is that correct?
It's a medieval tree puncher. Yep. There's a lot of depth because like there's a lot of buildings you can build, and you're supposed to like woo a wife, and then you can have a kid, and then that's the next. You know, it is the dynasty.
Woo.
The idea is that it's multiple generations. Yeah.
That's how you will.
Come
Why?
and live in my
Woo.
house, and
Woo.
then we could get married, and you
Woo.
could have me a kid.
Why are you running away?
Right.
Woo.
Yeah, come back. I'm a very charming guy. Again, there's like, you know, people who have quests in the village, and I wouldn't call the story very deep. All the dialogue is text only. There's no voice acting. So that makes it smaller and easier to load, but
In this day and age, what the fuck?
I know, right?
In
Even Slay the
2024.
Princess has voice acting.
Yeah,
It does
exactly.
fully voice acted, by the way.
Right then. Well, the purpose here is not to spend time listening to people talk. The purpose is to build yourself
Punch
a house.
trees.
And punch trees, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, whatever. Like, it's good. It's cute. It's slow. Like, there's, you know, you before you can get a bow and arrow, you got to set up like a huntsman's cabin or something. So I'm
Wow.
using a fucking spear to try to hunt these rabbits, and like, you know, you get one shot to throw it. If you miss, it's off, and you're just like, fuck. I gotta look around for another rabbit now. So that's kind of a pain in the ass to be doing that. But you know, whatever. The building's fine, and it's early, so I'm not going to judge it yet. I think before when I played it and then trailed off, it was just other things coming up. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll stick more with it this time. Who knows?
Yeah. I remember.
There's
Is
not
it
much
the,
to say about it.
the long night? You know, I think we played where, or is it? Is it the
Yeah,
long,
yeah. You're out in the freezing cold.
We're on the freezing cold. Fuck me, hunting
Long Dark.
rabbits. Oh, long dark. That was it. The hunting
Yeah.
rabbits in that was flipping hard.
Yes,
I just remember
very hard.
trying to hunt rabbits, and I'm just like, I need a rabbit because I'm dying, I've no food, and
Yep.
I'm cold.
See, that's the
and
thing,
I'm
right? In this game,
freezing, and,
it's
oh my
not at
God.
all. It's not urgent in this game. It's just like I wish I have a quest to kill 5 rabbits. So okay, I would like to kill 5 rabbits for that. But it's
Yeah.
not like you're gonna die if you don't get a rabbit in the next
Well,
30 seconds.
I started the game over because I just set myself up the first time so badly. I was dying all the time.
Yeah.
So I had to, and then I just was like, this is too difficult. This
Well,
is
I
too
mean, there's
hard.
also another reason for that.
You really suck.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. God, that game was so hard. And
Yes,
I
it
really
is.
wanted to like it because I really loved the
Yeah.
like the setting and all that kind of stuff. But flip me, that game
Flip.
was difficult.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Medieval Dynasty. Nothing much to say about it.
Medieval Dynasty. Well, I'm going to go on to it, right? Because here's the thing, right? I finished Slay
Come
the
on.
Princess, right? And then I did the good
Yes.
ending because that only took me 15 minutes.
Right.
And at the end, it comes up with a load of choices, and one of them is check out our other games, right? So I was like, I wonder what else they've made then, because I really like this. What else did they make?
What else have
Um,
they made?
They've only made one other game, and it's called Scarlet
that?
Scarlet Hollow. Right. So I was
Okay.
like, and the first episode was free, so it was like free to download and
Ooh.
play. So I was like,
That's the type of price you like, Stu.
I should play this.
FREE, free, no charge.
And I played, and I finished that first episode, and I'm like, I am buying this game.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I know.
Damn.
This is great. Can I just say?
Mm.
All fully hand drawn again because obviously
Looks
that's
very
a
similar, but
shtick.
less fucked up.
No, it's more colourful. It's more colourful.
More colourful.
And there's no voice acting. It's all purely text, so it's all written. This was obviously the first game
What?
made. I
In this
know.
day and age.
I know. But this is very much in the vein of Life is Strange. It's completely episodic. There are 5 episodes currently available, and there's going to be 7 altogether when it's finished. So they're still making this.
And the first one's free, people, so go play
And the
it.
first episode's free. This
It's
is
so
cur-
good, it made Stu cough up some of his hard-earned
did.
cash.
Which is
It
tough.
did this.
That is tough.
This
Yeah, it is tough.
again is completely a sort
Visual
of
novel.
visual novel. There's no gameplay apart from again choosing dialogue options. So you just choose dialogue options.
Stu hasn't had an haircut for like 10 months. So that's
I
how
know.
much he doesn't part with his money. So it's tough.
Exactly,
you know.
exactly. But what's kind of cool about this is you get to pick traits when you first start the game. So you pick from about 8 traits, and I picked bookworm and street smart. Bookworm and street
Bookworm
smart.
and street smart, dude. Those never come together.
I know, well, mine do.
Big head like this bookie work.
Which then gives you extra options within the game, and also like the
Sure it does.
street. Like tonight, I was reading it. I can't say playing it because you're not really playing anything. You're just reading
No,
it.
you're not.
I was reading it, and I didn't get caught because I was street smart. I hid behind the corner before I was caught by someone who just come out. You know what I mean? So it actually gives you some of the traits that you choose. Obviously, change the narrative within the game.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Is it like Mitch Hedberg said, though, in Venice, kids got canal smarts.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no streets.
But the vibes from this are very X-Files kind of creepy.
Okay.
I'm way more impressed with this than I thought, and I'm really enjoying the writing. I think it's really well written. Do you know it's like reading a book, but you're interacting with it. It's again like a choose your own adventure.
I know what a
story.
visual novel is.
But what's cool about this is
It's like a novel, but you can see it.
unlike Slay the Princess, this is an actual proper story with fleshed out characters.
Okay.
So there's loads of different characters that you meet along
Oh,
the
did
way.
this come first, or did Slay the Princess come
Yeah,
first?
this came first. So they started making
How
this
can I
first.
believe that this woman is called Tabitha? Who's
She is
called
called
Tabitha in
Tabitha.
this fucking day and age?
Yeah.
In this day and age.
This day and age.
In this day and age.
Yeah, she's a
Title.
bitch, by the way. Tabitha is
Sounds
is
like a bitch.
She is a bitch.
She says her last dialogue was cool, good talk. Sarky,
Yeah, oh yeah,
sarky
she's-
bitch.
She is. She's
Nothing
totally
wrong
like
with being
that.
snarky. I like snarky people.
Yeah. So I like this. I like all the characters. I'm really intrigued as to what's going to happen. It's like a fully fleshed out.
So you're saying it's better than
mystery
Alan Wake
story.
2?
Yeah. Do you know it's on a par with Alan
Wow.
Wake 2.
I bet I could understand the plot summary of this.
It's not, but it's great. It's really really cleverly done. Again,
It has lines such as, "Is that your cat?"
Yeah,
Look forward
Yeah,
to
it
playing
does.
that. Can't wait for that.
it does. See, this person has a talk
What's
to the
that weird
animals
cat?
trait, I'm guessing.
There you go. Futurama line never seems so
Yeah.
relevant.
That cat looks like it's seducing you.
Well, that cat's a
It does
cat,
want to
I
fuck.
guess. Wow. What the hell? That just took a turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I crossed the line here? Tell me more
Ah.
about Alan Wake 2 with its
I don't
weird
think.
bullshit.
I don't. Can I just say I have played this game
Murdering
for quite a
princesses.
while,
Do you shag the
and
cat?
I don't think there's any bestiality in
Okay.
it so far.
You like
There's
that,
not
cat?
so far.
What? Do they not want people to buy the game?
Maybe.
I mean, have you not seen what Furry Hitler did in terms of sales on Steam? Come on. man.
Wow.
Oh, by the
I
way,
don't, I
like,
don't even know what to say
well,
anymore.
random thing. Sorry to go off topic, right? But we had a customer inquire at work, right? It is relevant. It's not about shagging cats, but it's very
Wow.
right. And they said, "Oh, we got an event on at the NEC, which is a fuck off. I mean, you've been there, Stu. It's a fuck off place,
I have.
right?
It's a big place.
And it's a cat festival, which we've nicknamed in the
Wow.
office CatCon. And
Catcon.
Catcon, nice.
so it's basically like Crufts, but for cats, right? And there's going to be 300 cats there, and they
Wow.
want us to film it. Do you think I'm going to fucking put my name for that? Somebody who's allergic to cats? Are you fucking
Yeah, definitely
joking?
not.
It's like, no, I won't be doing that. Anyway, random. Back to the game.
Random.
Scarlet Hollow.
Skull Hollow, give it a
Right.
go. The first
A
episode.
filthy bathroom right here. Yeah.
You have,
okay.
Yeah, it is. That's a guest. That's where you have to stay. That's your
Oh,
guest
dear.
bathroom. It's fucking-
Run away. What are you talking about? You have to
It's a
stay in
shithole.
this
Oh, I
shithole.
changed the toilet seat this week.
And it's like you need to go to the loo, right? And then it gives you loads of options, and you're like,
Very proud of you, Chinny.
do I just hold it in, or shall I just go?
For how
you know,
long?
I know that. So I just went in the
Well,
end. I just
what? Can
did
you
it.
play the game again, but just hold it in for as long as the game lets you?
yeah.
until
Or can you
see-
shit on the cat, maybe?
Yeah.
But it's so crusty.
Cat
You
loves
see, that's
that.
one of the lines of the dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sign resignation because you got to go for a piss. Yes, you know,
Hey.
got to do it.
Great game.
All right, so we're done talking about Scarlet Hollow.
We
then.
are done.
Game of the
Scarlet
year.
Hollow
Game of the year.
Pissing in a
on
shit
my,
toilet.
on my game of the year list along with Slay the Princess.
Okay.
This
Great.
this woman husband partnership.
This studio has a new fan.
It has. It's me.
Yeah. All right, Chinny, you got anything else other than Alan Whack?
Shall we talk about
Oh, yeah. Plamagamba.
Plamagamba?
I think we should.
Indivisible.
Yeah, bitch! Yeah, bitch!
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection.
Good job, bitch!
Indivisible is our game.
Indivisible.
Play my game,
Indivisible.
bitch. Where we pick a
This is-
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Play
all
it.
play it.
We did.
And this is based on the Pledge of Allegiance that people say in the United States: "One nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all."
Is that real?
I don't. think
Yes,
that's
y'all
true.
don't have that over there, do you?
Nope.
No.
It's not. This game isn't based on that, but it is.
No, it
That's the
definitely
only
isn't.
time anybody ever says that word is in the Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. flag.
Well, I
which
said
is
it this
the
week when I
stupidest thing
said,
ever.
"What the fuck is the game that we got to play?" It was Indivisible.
Yes, well, this is a 2D party-based RPG
Mm.
from Lab Zero Games. The opening cinematic art is gorgeous and epic. It made me think, like, is this based
Yeah.
on like a cartoon or something? And no, it's not. They just designed like literally like 10, 15 worlds for these characters to be running around. And I mean, I guess it's probably from the game, but still, it's just like,
I'll be honest,
Wow,
right?
I was really impressed
The
with those
opening cinematic, I was like, I feel like I've gone back to my childhood. You know, like when you used to watch all those like dubbed Japanese animes
sure.
that they used to have on the TV,
yeah.
and I'm like,
We just watched
so
Akira
well
tonight,
done.
last night again. That movie is
Yeah,
gorgeous.
but it is like, I mean, it's just it really brilliantly done. I was like,
And it starts you out
With the
though,
opening.
like I don't remember if it was before or after this, but it was like you're gonna fight right away. Like here comes some fighting. Now
Yeah.
you fight an invincible unknown enemy. All of the characters you're controlling are completely unknown.
yeah,
And it's like, what am I even supposed to do here?
it doesn't
and
even tell
then
you how
you
to
just-
fight.
It doesn't. They know you'll just start mashing buttons. It's
Yeah.
the Soul Blade school of thought, which is like they'll eventually start mashing the buttons, and that's how anybody gets good at Soul Blade is just mashing the buttons, and eventually
Yeah.
you learn the combos. Yeah, and then you get defeated by this invincible unknown monster, and then it says 13 years later, and then you're this kid getting trained by dad how to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the beginning of the story, isn't it? And then some shit goes down.
Some shit goes down.
So
And it's
bad
a
shit
little bit
happens.
like Planet of Lana, the opening credit or the opening sequence.
Oh,
because,
it is.
You go to the left, and spoilers for the first 10 minutes of this game, your whole village is wiped out, and your dad dies, and
Yeah.
and then you got a quest.
Yeah, you do, and you pick up people along the way, don't you? You pick
Yeah,
up.
and one of them is the guy who killed your dad, which is weird.
Your enemy
Like, what
becomes
the
an
fuck?
ally. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda.
and they do a good job. First of all, there's a lot of interesting, amusing dialogue with the townsfolk. Because again, what's the best part of any RPG? Talking to the townsfolk.
Indeed
There's this
it
dude
is.
who's carrying some sticks, and she's like, "You're really good at carrying those sticks." He's like, "Well, it's all I do. I better be good at it."
And his
then he's
character name's
"If-
like Stickman.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And then he's like, if you commit yourself to something, then you'll get better at it. And she's like, yeah, but I don't really like doing stuff. So I thought that was a great line. It's pretty funny. There's some good humorous dialogue here. Yeah, when the dad gets frustrated with you, he's trying to train you and he's being really harsh. And then he's like, all right, if you're going to insult me, then I'll see you back at home. And he leaves and he just sort of like moves, he like glides backwards off the screen. So it's like Homer Simpson going back into the bushes. It's really bizarre.
What I found quite interesting though, because your dad's teaching you all the shit that you need to know.
He's not your dad. I can just I call it right now. He ain't your fucking dad.
Well, anyway, right? He's teaching you all this stuff so you can become a better warrior and all that. But
Yeah.
then he gets killed. He's a bit shit. You know what I mean? He fights
Well,
some dude.
no, it just goes to show how powerful the
And then you
Evan
fight the dude
Revenant
and beat him,
Lord
but your
is.
dad can't beat him. What the fuck?
Yeah,
And
well,
he's
that's
meant to be
because
teaching you how
he's
to be a better
instilled
warrior.
all of his greatness into you.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very, I agree. That's really weird. And then he's like, do I just live in your head now? She's like, I guess. Like, I like how all the characters are like, I don't know what's going on.
What the hell just happened?
And then you meet this woman, Razmi, the curmudgeonly shaman. She is the best character ever. She's so deadpan. Everything she
she's
says
so
is like,
funny.
yeah, okay. There's this monk and this nun who are like, we're studying these red gems, and if you get one, we can use it to upgrade your powers. And then the girl is like, the player character is like, how do I do that? And then the curmudgeonly shaman shows up and goes, you're supposed to eat it. Just eat it right away.
Yeah, eat it,
And the other
it.
woman's like, no, do not eat it.
You do not
like,
eat
"No."
the gems.
Yeah, she's just fun. I love her. She's a great character.
But yes, I really enjoyed this game to a point.
I wanted to love it. I thought
I
the
really
characters were
did.
awesome.
I
It
really
keeps
did.
things moving quickly. The thing that killed it for me, platforming.
The combat for me, I didn't like
Combat is annoying, but I felt like just when I was getting sick and tired of the combat, I figured out what I needed to do. And I'm like, okay, I'm learning more about the combat. It is frustrating, the combat.
Yeah, I got to a spider boss. So I played this for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I got to this spider boss. And could I kill the spider boss? And I just kept dying. And I'm just like, I think I'm done.
Yeah,
I just
it does this thing of like, I think that you just barely be able to beat it. Like
Yeah.
it's leveling you up just to a point where you can just barely beat things.
The other annoying thing is, right, the spider boss was in 3 stages.
That
Right, and
sucks. I hate that.
And I did the first 2 stages, right? I then got killed, and it makes you do it right from the beginning again. And it taken me
fuck that shit.
ages
I'm glad I didn't get there. Yeah,
to do the
no.
first 2 stages of
Yeah.
the spider boss, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is too punishing." But
And it's for those who aren't watching the video, like the combat is sort of turn-based, but it's also real time. So you
Yeah,
need
it
to be
is.
ready to block at the right moment, and then as soon
Yeah.
as the blocking part is done, but not before then, because otherwise you'll just block twice. You need to be ready to attack when the character, and there's 4 characters which correspond to the 4 buttons on the gamepad. So it's, Y, B, A, X, whatever. When yours is activated, then you need to be ready to hit that button. And so
what's
there's a
also
lot to
quite
juggle.
cool, it fills up if you don't touch anything. It fills up quicker, so
Right.
you're almost balancing this not attacking with attacking. And
Right.
also, what I didn't realize is you can do whilst you're waiting for them to attack you. It is turn based, but it isn't in a way because you can actually attack twice at the same time if you get to
Yes,
them
you
before
can.
they
It's
attack
true.
you.
Right. So it's
So it's-
trying to walk that balance between
Yeah, it
turn-based
is.
and not.
but I found it really difficult to get my head around, and
Yeah.
sometimes I would just die really quick, and sometimes I could,
Yeah.
do all right for a while, and
Right.
oh, but yeah, I
Yeah,
like.
so I reached a point with the
love it.
Metrovania platforming stuff. Like I reached a point where, I'd gone everywhere else I could go, so I knew I had to go up on this ledge, but I couldn't
Yeah,
figure
with the
out how
axe.
to fucking get there.
No, you get the axe,
Yeah,
don't you?
no, I got the axe. It wasn't that. It was there was a spot that I had to go up a lot of stuff on the left side and then
Yeah.
leap over, I guess. But I kept hitting this wall that dropped me. I was like, you know what? I've tried this over and over and over.
This game, I'm done.
Yeah, and to be fair, I got to the same point, but a lot further on than you, I think, where I got to this, like I said, this big spider.
Sounds
boss.
like the combat becomes
Because
just
I
not
fought
fun
two
anymore.
bosses. I fought one boss which I didn't have much trouble with. I mean, it took me a few goes,
Yeah.
but then I got to this spider boss thing and flipping out. But I also feel like it's kind of Metroidvania, and there's a lot of paths you can go along. You know what I mean, and explore different areas. And
Is it possible you needed to come back to that spider?
Yeah, but you can't get it once you sort of activate the fight. You can't kind of back out of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
You
it's
gotta
one
have
of
multiple save
those.
files, I guess.
I guess I could. I mean, I did do some manual.
Which it
saves,
shouldn't
so I
happen.
suppose-
It shouldn't be the type of thing where you need to have multiple save files. That's
Yeah,
sucky
yeah.
in itself.
Yeah,
Chinny,
so
what
it
did you
did
think of
feel like,
Indivisible?
Didn't play it. So the no, but there is something that we should mention about this game.
Go on.
Okay.
A lot of controversy around this game.
Really? About what?
Really? Why?
So the developer, which is Lab Zero
Yep.
Games.
Oh yeah, I read about this.
They made, I think it's a game called Skullgirls.
All right, I played that.
And then it all comes down to this chap called Mike Zalmont.
Yeah.
It turns out I think I'm going through this. They've all got backgrounds in sort of BlazBlue. Remember BlazBlue, which is sort of like a fighting anime game, which
Yeah,
is very
I do.
popular. And then Alex Ahad, who's like a freelance illustrator, that's who sort of started this studio. And this Mike is basically got accused of like a lot of sexual harassment things. I'm paraphrasing
Really?
here. And he also made a "I can't breathe" George Floyd joke on a live stream just after that happened.
Not cool, dude.
Oh dear.
So
Not
then
cool.
basically the whole sort of studio closed after that.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, so it's, and then I think the game just ended and then just stopped, and they just released it and stuff. So yeah, that's the kind of history of this game. But the reason why it looks so good is because it's the BlazBlue developers. Pretty much like it's the talent behind that.
There's no doubt. I mean, it is polished. You
It's
know
beautiful.
what I mean? It
I mean,
looks
yeah,
great.
no, I didn't play it. I didn't have time, but like, yeah, I'm just looking at it now.
You
and
wanted to
it-
take a stand for feminism.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it is.
well, it
By
wasn't
not
that. I'm
giving
not,
this guy your money.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
I'll pretend that I did that. No,
Yeah.
it was more, like time. But looking at this game, the art is absolutely beautiful. Now that I saw as soon as I saw the words BlazBlue, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and also like they had before that there was in Marvel vs. Capcom, so there's talent. There's a lot of talent here. Unfortunately, it didn't end well for this studio. And
So does this game completed? It's complete, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing it's sort of completed. I think
I've read something about it is complete, but there was supposed to be some DLC, and then it's not. gonna
All
happen.
right, okay.
yeah.
Well, it's
uh,
not like the studio's closed, I guess.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
right.
Yeah.
and then so the whole Lab Zero developer is gone. Like the people who made this game.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean the guy Mike, to clarify, he did apologize after that statement. Obviously, it's too late then, but yeah, it just seems like this guy isn't a very nice guy. So that's this game. But the game, I mean, looking at it, it's it's in random encounters, isn't it? So you go into an enemy, and then there's 3 pop out, and then all your party pops out, which is sort of like a JRPG trope. Not my thing, really. So I feel like what I would have said is, looks good, not for me.
Yeah. No, I believe that would probably have been the case, to be fair.
Probably, yeah.
To be fair.
All right. So I guess I'd give it a thumbs down, which again is a shame because I really wanted to like this game. So,
Yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up for everything apart from the combat, and unfortunately,
that's a pretty
part
fundamental
of the
part of an
game,
RPG, which
so it's
means that
got to
it's
be
thumbs
overall a
down.
thumbs down. I'm afraid.
Yeah,
for me.
2 thumbs down on this one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not. For
All
me.
right, Stu, you got something else?
Yeah, the only other thing I've been playing is a bit more Banishers, so I'm still on with that. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
go-to game at the moment.
Ghostbusters.
It is kind of that's what it is. It's a ghost busting detective game is the best way to describe this game. You know, you're busting ghosts, but you have to do a lot of research before you do the final encounter. So it's kind of this build. All the main quests are this just build up to busting a ghost. And yeah, solving. I mean, the overarching storyline revolves around a nightmare, so it's a sort of a type of ghost that's infecting a whole town. So you've got to kind of deal with it. And yeah, I like it. I really like this game. It's way
Anything new
better.
to say about it?
Not really. As much of a much.
Okay.
There's not been any huge revelations.
You know,
Kind of
in
is what it
the
is.
in the movie Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
You know
that.
the green ghost. What was his name?
Slimer.
Slimer, yeah.
It was not Slimer.
What?
Really? What was it?
Onion Head.
No, it
Honey and
wasn't.
Head.
Onion Head.
Wow.
His actual
Onion Head.
official
oh, wow.
name.
Really?
He's Onion Head, but they call him Slimer in the film.
It's crazy.
Well, to be fair, right? To be fair, if that's what they refer to him as in the film, and there's no reference to Onion Head,
His
apart
name
from
is
in the
Onion Head.
He's called
If that's
Slimer.
his name, that's his name.
It's called Slimer.
No.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's not. I guess
Do
he's
you think
not.
he
but-
knows his name is Onion
Yeah,
Head?
he goes around going, "Hello, I'm Onion Head."
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't. He's Slimer. He's whatever people refer to him as.
Onion Head.
Slimer.
Okay. Next video
Okay.
game.
Yeah, Duke.
Next video game.
Duke.
Yeah. So I bought something in the sale.
Oh yeah.
Steam sale. The spring sale is on now, people, and they have a whole array of exciting, the latest, most innovative video games ever. And you have your pick of all these different possibilities. I have a wish list of like
You
100
can
different
slay
titles.
dragons, take on universes.
Yeah, you can.
Lots of stuff. What
As,
did you
as
choose
Homer
to do?
Simpson once said, the build-up here is making me nervous. I chose to buy Electronics Puzzle Lab.
Yay!
Of course you did.
Because it was like $2. I'm like, I don't want to lose money. I talked about this recently when they had it on Next Fest, the demo, and the game. You'll be glad to know the game is a lot more of the same levels using, the same.
I am
basic
glad to
concepts
know
over
that.
and
Yeah,
over.
Yeah,
I'm
we
really-
are.
you
Yeah,
just
totally
dive
glad.
I am quite
That
relieved.
once you learn about OR gates, there's like 15 levels with OR gates, just OR gates, and then they add the NOT gates, so you have OR gates and NOT gates, and then it's like, oh boy, this
Oh
shit
my
is
so
more
God.
complicated.
exciting.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm so excited to play
And the
this.
worst part is the demo is one thing. They put a fucking timer and then it's like badges based on how fast you get it. So if you don't solve this shit in 10 seconds, you can't get the badge with the star on it. And it's like, you got the crap badge.
you
It's
I'll
like,
tell
"Oh,
you
God,
what,
I wish I could just turn that off. Why do I need a timer? Fuck you.
I thought I had problems, Duke, but these are real issues.
Exactly. The kids in Gaza need to understand what real suffering is. I'm going through some real suffering.
Yeah, trying to solve these electronic puzzles.
So are you enjoying
exactly.
electronics
Under the
puzzle
under the
lab?
clock. But yeah, no, it's great. It's a very well made game. It's stupid in that, it feels like something only a masochist would play or someone who's an actual electrical engineer. But,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm having fun with it. It's
No,
good.
it's definitely your type of game, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it's
it
funny
is.
how we've all got our sort of our niches. Stu likes the sort of
Yeah.
graphic novel, sort
Yes,
of
he
weird
does. Visual
stuff.
novels.
You
Yeah.
like the ones where you